Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about the incoming transit of planet Rahu and Ketu in the sign of Pisces and Virgo respectively. I've made this video in two parts. In the first part, I will talk about the transit of Rahu. In my part 2 video, I will talk about the transit of Ketu in the sign of Virgo. So far, Rahu has been transiting in the sign of Aries and Ketu has been transiting in the sign of Libra. But on 31st October 2023, both of them will go one sign backwards because their motion is always backwards. So they will change their transit and they will give different results for different ascendants. So we all are very curious to know how are they going to behave in our charts. So friends, lots of people tend to tell you that you can see the transit with respect to your moon. So you can also see the transit with respect to your ascendant. A lot of people have ascendant and moon signs as same. So for them, there is no confusion. They will get very strong results because one particular house, wherever they are going, will become highly activated. But there are people who will have different moon signs and different ascendant. For them, you can apply both the placements of Rahu. Suppose you are born in the Aries ascendant, you can see it with respect to the Aries ascendant. And suppose your moon sign is like Scorpio, then you can see it with respect to Scorpio. So with respect to ascendant, Rahu will give you or Ketu will give you the results based upon your practical side of life, based upon the side which is concerning your body. And with respect to your moon sign, the results are more to do with your mental makeup. So this is how they will give their influence in your charts. So friends, Rahu is entering in a watery sign of Pisces, and the Pisces sign is going to get enhanced by the transit of Rahu. So Rahu, wherever it goes, it will enhance the qualities of that sign and the qualities of that house. So wherever Rahu goes, it is going to activate that house through the sign in which it is transiting. For example, suppose your Rahu is transiting in your, say, fourth house, and it means that for next 1.5 years, because Rahu stays in a sign for 1.5 years, so it means for next 1.5 years your fourth house is going to get activated, and Rahu will express itself through this sign of Pisces, which means Pisces is a watery sign. Pisces is a sign of heightened emotions, heightened creativity, heightened spirituality. So it means for all the signs, Rahu is going to become going to make you very creative, very spiritual, and very emotional to the house wherever it is happening. So now let's understand how it is going to behave in the sign of Aries, where it is going to enter into your 12th house. So friends, Rahu's transit is not considered very good in the sign in the 12th house. So here it is going to increase your expenses, and you may have troubles related to your sleeping pattern. It can give you some issues related to your eating habits also, and it can give you troubles related to your health also. So those of us who are in the medical industry will do well here, and those of us who are in the field of creativity or in the field of expressing themselves through dance forms, they can also do very well here. Some of us could be writers, they will also do very well because Rahu is going to increase their imaginative powers. Those of us who are fictional writers will do very well with this transit. So people in medicines and people who are in the writing industry, they are all going to do very well here. But you have to be very careful of your expenses, because here it can cause some, you can say, confusion in your mind, and it can cause excessive expenditure for you. Now let's see how it is going to behave for the Taurus sign, where it is going in the sign of in your 11th house. So for the Taurians, it is a very good transit because Rahu does very well in the 11th house. Here it is going to enhance your ability to connect with people creatively. It will enhance your social circle. You will have gains coming through foreign sources. or you will be very, very obsessed with increasing your income. So you will find ways to invest your money so that you can increase that. Some of us may be having the privilege of getting money in cash with this placement. A lot of us who have been like fighting for some court cases will see victory with this, and a lot of us will be able to get over their diseases which they have been fighting so far. And this placement can give some stress related to your elder siblings health, but otherwise it's a very good transit for you in every respect. So that makes you very ambitious also. So now let's talk about the transit for the sign of Gemini. For them, it is falling in their 10th house. So it's a very good transit in the 10th because it will give you sudden boost in your career and it will give you sudden jump. But Rahu is a planet which causes chaos and sometimes swings also. So there will be some moments when you will feel that the work is not going smoothly and there could be a dip in whatever you are doing, but it will suddenly show a jump. So basically Rahu creates some ups and downs in your work area, and here it can give you sudden limelight also, and it can give you opportunities to travel to foreign lands. And overall it's a good transit for progress in your work, and you could be very obsessed with whatever you are doing, so it can cause obsession with your field of work. So overall it's a good transit. Let's talk about the transit of Rahu for the sign of Cancer. For them, it is happening in their 9th house. So friends, 9th house is a very, you can say, good house for each one of us. So here it can cause some stress related to money matters, and the money will definitely come, but it will come through sources which are like unknown to you. And this placement can give you some stress related to your father's health. It can make you very spiritual during this time. You may have sudden interest in learning more about the foreign culture, foreign religions. Some of us who are wanting to go abroad for studies, for doing some short-term courses, will get an opportunity with this. And this placement can also take you to pilgrimages, and you can have sudden obsession about learning about our Vedas or sacred side of life. So Rahu is basically going to increase your appetite for spirituality in this placement. Now we'll talk about the placement of Rahu for the sign of Leo. You can see it from your ascendant or from your moon sign. So both ways you can apply this. So if your ascendant is Leo, Rahu is in your 8th house. So this placement of Rahu can give you sudden endangering situations. So do not take anything to risk. Do not take any chance of adventures, because it can give you sudden endangering situations. This placement is not considered as good. So you have to be very careful about your health. It can give you problems related to urine, some infections. It can also cause sudden loss of your valuables. So you have to be very particular and very careful, and sudden ups and downs. So you will also see that sudden, you can say sudden enemies will crop up, and you have to be very careful about your conduct at your workplace. So you will be checked, you will be like seen with whatever you are doing. People will evaluate you for your work. So you have to be very careful on that regard. It can also give sudden interest in learning more about the occult sciences, and you could see yourself doing some research work with the work in hand. So this is how it is going to behave for you. But money wise, you have to be very careful. We'll talk about the sign of Virgo. For them, it is happening in their 7th house. So 7th house transit of Rahu can give you sudden marriage opportunities. It can expand your businesses, but where your business partners are concerned or where your marriage partner is concerned, there it can give you stress. You have to be very careful with whom you are making connections, because the opposite person who has come to you for with some proposal can also cheat you. So you have to evaluate each and everything very carefully. because Rahu in the 7th house can cause some cheating in terms of some contracts or in terms of some proposals. Otherwise, Rahu is good for sudden rise in your place of work and sudden rise in your businesses also. Now we'll talk about the transit of Rahu for the sign of Libra. For them, it is happening in their 8th house. So friends, 8th house transit, sorry, in your 6th house. 6th house transit is very good. And here Rahu will give you abundant wealth. It will create opportunities for you to expand your wealth by using technology, by using social media. You will be able to expand your work. Your enemies will be vanquished. You will be able to win your court cases. You will be able to come over your diseases. And this placement can give you some digestive issues, but overall it's a very good placement in every respect. So it will also increase your stamina. It's a good placement for sportsmen also. Sportsmen will also do well here. So let's talk about the Scorpio sign. For them, Rahu is happening in their, transiting in their 5th house. So 5th house Rahu can cause some wrong decisions to be taken. So the person may not evaluate the things properly and can land up in taking wrong decisions. This placement can also cause some confusions related to your love life. And this placement will give you enhanced opportunities to enjoy during next 1.5 years. So you may see yourself more attracted towards the things of enjoyment like media, social media, or watching movies, or any other form of recreational activities. So you have to make your, you have to fall in love very carefully, which is a very absurd statement because nobody thinks before falling in love. But here, Rahu in the 5th house can also cause some cheating. So you have to be very vigilant about your love life. You have to be very careful about investing in speculative market because this placement can cause sudden ups and downs. So if you have to invest your money in the speculative market, which it will create interest in you, put your money in long-term, you can say shares, where the shares will grow with time and they will give you good results. But evaluate each and everything very carefully because Rahu in the 5th house can land you up in wrong decisions. Now we'll talk about the Sagittarius sign. For them, Rahu is in your 4th house. So 4th house transit can give you some chaos in your home life. As I told you, Rahu expands, Rahu creates confusion, chaos, and thirst in improving the house where it is falling. So Rahu can make you very emotional during these next 1.5 years. It will make you more dedicated towards your mother's well-being, and you will be concerned related to her health. And you could be engaged in heightened spirituality. You could also be engaged in studying more about technology. This placement can cause some disturbance in your peace of mind, and you may feel more comfortable by sitting in meditation. And this placement will always keep you away from home due to some pretext or the other. You may be seen more traveling during this period of Rahu in the sign of Pisces in your 4th house. So there could be some stress related to land related matters or stress related to people who are very close to you. So if you sit in meditation every day, or if you chant something related to Ma Durga, like Durga Saptashati or any other form of chanting mantras of Ma Durga, then this period of Rahu will not trouble you to that extent. Now we'll talk about the placement of Rahu in the 3rd house for the Capricorn sign. So friends, in the 3rd house, Rahu will again give very good results. So it will make you very strong, very powerful. Your ability to communicate, your ability to express yourself, in terms of different languages or media related work will prosper now. And this placement will also give you good wealth and good gains. And overall, this is a good period for you in every respect. But because the third house is the house of your siblings, so they may have some kind of concerns related to their well-being. So otherwise, for your own sake, this is a very good placement. And it can also give you lots of foreign journeys. Or it can take you away for short-term travels during this 1.5 year period. Now we'll talk about the sign of Aquarius here. So here Rahu is sitting in your second house. So second house Rahu will again give you stress related to money matters or related to your eating habits. You may be consuming more of stale food, or you may be having some kind of addictive habits which will bother you. So you will have to keep a check on those things. And this placement of Rahu will also cause some kind of distance between you and your loved ones, your family members, due to some pretext or the other. You may see that everybody is becoming busy during this 1.5 year period. So there would be some kind of, you can say, chaos in the family life. And you will find it hard to save money because due to some reason or the other, money will get spent in this placement of Rahu. You may have problems related to your eyesight or related to your teeth during next 1.5 years. Now we'll talk about the Pisces sign where Rahu is sitting in your ascendant. So friends, this placement is again going to give you some concerns related to your well-being or some kind of difficulties in finding a balanced equation with your spouse. On that regard, it can trouble you. But in the first house, it can make you more obsessed about earning wealth, or you should be very careful about your marital happiness, because here you will feel that your partner is not supporting you to the extent you want them to be. And this placement can also give you an obsession for your own self growth. You may want to express yourself in a different way now, and you will be very obsessed about your own self, whether it is in the form of your dressing sense or in the form of your expressions or any other way. So Rahu is going to make you very obsessed in next 1.5 years. So you may also want to travel, you may also want to see the world, and this placement can give you some concerns related to your health, and you will have to work on improving your relationship with your spouse. So friends, these are some of the things which I wanted to share with you regarding the incoming transit of Rahu in the sign of Pisces. So in my next part, I will make the video on the Ketu's transit in the sign of Virgo. So friends, I have also made a video in the Hindi language. I'm providing the link as usual. So you can click on the link if you want to see my video in Hindi. So stay connected. Very soon we'll meet on the next video of Ketu in 12 houses. All the best.